among my generation and younger is completely disconnected. And so while there is a name recognition that Brooklyn Branch can call the governor's office and call legislators, Brooklyn Branch hosting an event is, doing something among my peers, I'm always challenged with, why are you even involved in, NAACP? They don't even do anything. So while we have a name recognition to do the issue-based things that we need to do, at least 40% of my time also is convincing and showing what we do as a branch that sometimes is different from what the national organization is doing to build our credibility locally.
I think it's very important to remember that one of the reasons we're hoping that what we're learning here is at least one methodology that we can use to reach out, James.
Yeah, just on that point, I think you hit the nail on the head. There's the value, there's where the brand is very valuable. Access, right, to elected officials. And here, I'm assuming you're doing this kind of thing. You can be aligning, you can also be kind of redefining the brand locally, especially to the folks you're trying to reach. And that could be by partnering with organizations that resonate, more, right? Like, NAACP is alongside so-and-so. What can you tell with that? And so I actually think that's right. There's the reality of where the brand is strong and where it's weak. I think you have an opportunity, though, to actually address that.
Dirk?
I was going to say, what?
Not Dirk.
No. Right. So, I'm acknowledging what you just said with the wink and the nod. Okay, there are challenges. The truth is, we are 100 years old, right? We didn't get to this point by, and I had to learn this, we didn't get to this point by just letting anyone come up and figuring out an issue and then going out and organizing about the issue. There's protocol and all these pieces. However, you are a perfect example, and there's many like you, of people that have gotten involved with the NAACP, pushed and churned, and then made change within not just that local unit, but at the national level. And I could probably cite, I'm not going to do that, but I could probably cite 7 or 8 different situations that I know for a fact where someone like you said, look, we're not moving fast enough on X, or I haven't been able to get an answer on Y. And you just keep moving, and then at some point it comes through. At the end of the day, we are a membership organization, and without you pushing and helping us build a model for moving these agendas forward, then we're not going to survive another 100 years. So I implore you to please continue to push.
Navarro, then I'm going to let you talk, because you represent the sponsors.
Money talks. So, the point I would make, so in internet development, software development, there's a methodology called Agile, right? And it's a lot of the current websites are built on that. It's predicated on constant communication and breaking things into small chunks. So developers get together every day at 9 a.m. and talk about what they did yesterday and what they plan to do today. And then they kind of plan it out in that week time frame. At the end of that week, those things need to get done. My suggestion is that the NAACP needs to get agile, right? And you can always have overarching long-term goals, but within your local chapters, you can have kind of agile goals that you're meeting that don't harm those or impact those. And what you can do by doing that, you can go to those same people and say, who said, hey, the NAACP, I've always had problems saying that fast my entire life. The NAACP is doing things. We did these things this week, we're doing these things in the next 2 weeks, we're doing, as opposed to saying, oh, well, we have this long-term plan and in the next 3 years we're going to change X, Y, and Z. And that's because you're dealing with an immediate, short-term attention span generation.
All right, Dirk, our sponsor, AT&T gets the last word.
Okay.
But not the last word.
So I was going to get into the whole thing about one of the challenges being a young officer and corporate folks and to nonprofits and advocacy organizations, developing multiple partnerships that have different interests. I recall former Chairman Bond always saying we don't have permanent enemies, permanent friends, but permanent interests. To the extent we as the NAACP galvanize along those permanent interests, move the organization to the next level. I'm glad that this panel are helping.
I made Paula come up just because I wanted her to hear me thank me. Thank all of you for your participation. I think from what the energy that I felt, I hope that we can pull this group back together and we can talk about a little bit more about what people are asking for here. Kevin and Denisha, it's so good to see you. that we have, and Steve is here, I mean, maybe we are doing what we're supposed to do, bring folks back in.
That's right.
The issue is, let's take it and build it so that it works for us and it enhances our work and our ability to be effective at it. Thank all of you for participation.